I would like to ask everyone to please remain standing for the National Anthem, which will be performed by Irene Leto of Enfield.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At this time, everyone please be seated. I would like to introduce members of the platform party, starting from my right. Nick Lafakis, Professor of Accounting and Faculty Marshal. Cheryl Sear, Interim Director of Human Resources. Colonel Retired Frederick Miclon Jr., Distinguished Alumni and Guest Speaker. Stu Rosenberg, Chair of the Asnuntuck Community College Foundation. Regent Naomi Cohen, representing the CSCU Board of Regents. Gennaro DeAngelis, Dean of Administration. Tim St. James, Dean of Students. Mary Bidwell, Associate Director and Department Chair of Advanced Manufacturing Technology Center. Eileen Peltier, Dean of Workforce Development and Continuing Education. Michael Stefanowitz, Dean of Academic Affairs. Greetings, friends, faculty, staff, and guests, and congratulations to our 2017 soon-to-be graduates. Let's hear it. Commencement is a monumental milestone in one's life. It is the realization of a dream, the achievement of an aspiration, and the result of ambition. It took persistence and determination to get to this point, and tonight you are all here to be recognized for this significant accomplishment and personal achievement. At Commencement, we honor students in both academic and workforce development programs. Tonight, Asnuntuck's faculty and staff celebrate this day and acknowledge all of our graduates' academic success. At Asnuntuck, we pride ourselves on meeting the needs of our students, regardless of where they may be in their life or career. Our mission at Asnuntuck continues to be strong. We have been successful in helping students who either wish to begin with us and transfer to a four-year institution or who choose to enter the workforce immediately upon graduation. I'm sure I'm not alone in recognizing that your success is in part the result of guidance and support from dedicated faculty, staff, and peers at Asnuntuck, and just as importantly, the support of family and friends. All of these people have played a key role in offering encouragement, serving as mentors, or providing knowledge and skills. Graduates, let's take one moment tonight and give a round of applause for your support system here tonight. As students graduating this evening, you are fortunate to be located in the middle of the New England Knowledge Corridor. You are surrounded by dozens of educational institutions and thousands of businesses providing limitless opportunities for you. I urge you to take advantage of these opportunities to further your education or to strengthen the workforce in our region. We have given you the knowledge and skills necessary for your next venture. It is up to you to utilize them to the best of your ability and achieve your dreams. These are exciting times for Asnuntuck. We hit our highest enrollment numbers this past fall with an 18% increase in enrollments, and this spring with an 11% increase in enrollments. Last year at this time, we broke ground on our new 27,000 square foot Advanced Manufacturing Technology Center and started the renovation of our new front entrance and student-centered spaces. And what a difference a year makes. Our new building will open next week, and our new front addition will open in the next few weeks. For many of you here with us tonight, we know that you have waited just as long as we have to see Asnuntuck modernized. But we want to remind you that regardless of the new furniture, the fresh paint, a new two-story entrance, or the added glass tower on the front of our institution, we know that what is really important is on the inside, the nurturing environment for our students and the quality education and services that you all deserve. At Asnuntuck, our academic programs are flourishing. We are producing tomorrow's educators, social workers, law enforcement officials, accountants, entrepreneurs, skilled technicians and practitioners, as well as many others. We continue to enrich our academic programs to meet our students' ever-changing needs. Our Advanced Manufacturing and Technology program continues to lead the way as the gold star in manufacturing education in this region. As we move into our new state-of-the-art Manufacturing Technology Center, we look forward to putting more skilled and talented students into our state's workforce, contributing to the growth of our communities and to our regional economy. We are committed to delivering high-quality workforce development programs as well. Within a short time frame, these students receive a quality education, and as I hope will be the case for many of you, are often immediately employed. These workforce licensure programs give our graduates national or state credentials. They are our medical assistants at your doctor's office, our dental assistants, phlebotomists, pharmacy technicians, massage therapists, ophthalmic assistants, EMTs, and more, who enrich our lives every day. Tonight, you become Asnuntuck Community College alumni. I am hopeful you will continue to be an active and engaged member of our student-centered community in your new role. We need you to be ambassadors for ACC. I hope to see many of you on campus and at our future events. Also, for those of you who are pursuing your bachelor's at this time, this fall we begin offering the Elms College Bachelor of Social Work degree, and we are in talks with our own system universities to bring additional four-year degrees to Asnuntuck's campus. Imagine coming back to Asnuntuck and completing your four-year degree. I know that one of the favorite traditions at graduation is to discuss the diversity in our graduating class. Let's see who comprises this 2017 class. Please stand and remain standing where appropriate. First, please stand if you are a veteran. Please stand if you're the first person in your family to graduate from college. Please stand if you have children. Please stand if you have grandchildren. All right. Please stand if you were born in another country or if this is not your first college certificate or degree. Please stand if you held a full-time or part-time job while you were a student at Asnuntuck. Wow, wow. Please stand if you participated in some kind of volunteer activity or student government, or if you were inducted into PTK while at Asnuntuck. Thank you, everyone. We can all now see some of the diversity in our student population and our graduating class. You have all overcome challenges and barriers, and our campus diversity is what makes Asnuntuck a place where we embrace our differences and we learn from each other. Before you leave today, you will receive an alumni mug with one simple message: stay connected. Stay connected to your friends, faculty, and the staff who have supported you. Get connected to ACC students and be mentors and role models. Our alumni remain an essential part of our Asnuntuck family. I want to end by acknowledging that tonight each of you has completed something you set out to do, and you are to be commended for it. Your education is yours for life. No one can ever take away what you have achieved at Asnuntuck Community College. Display your degrees and certificates proudly on your resumes and in your portfolio. Most importantly, continue to have dreams, aspirations, and ambitions wherever your life path leads. Maya Angelou, a famous American poet, once said, "I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." And tonight, graduates, you have made us all feel proud of you and your academic achievements. Graduating class of 2017, we look forward to watching you become global citizens and contribute to our community, our region, our state, and our nation. Congratulations, class of 2017. At this time, please welcome Regent Naomi Cohen, member of the Connecticut Board of Regents for Higher Education, who brings greetings on behalf of our Board of Regents.
President Lambella, Colonel Miclon, faculty and staff, family and friends of Asnuntuck Community College, and most importantly, members of the class of 2017, Connecticut's Board of Regents for Higher Education joins with you today to celebrate, to reflect, and to look forward. At this intersection of time and place, you join more than 13,000 other men and women throughout Connecticut who are graduating this year from the Connecticut State College and University system. That's a big number, but so is number one. And each of you who graduates tonight is number one. And number one is a big deal. So the Board of Regents not only offers you its greetings, but also its admiration, because you invested in yourselves and your studies to reach tonight's commencement. And speaking of admiration, the board offers its congratulations as well to President Lambella, who in 9 days will receive his degree as a Doctor of Education from the Fischler School of Education at Nova Southeastern University. Like all of you, your president committed himself to his studies while the pace of daily life provided not only opportunities, but also challenges. President Lambella's story of perseverance and focus is your story as well. Tonight, we congratulate President Lambella as he and the board celebrate the promise the faculty, the administration, and the community made to you to assist in your education for today, for next month, and for years to come. In this place, we celebrate with you and your family because you've arrived at this day by force of determination, hard work, sacrifices, risk-taking, and balancing acts. At this time, we reflect with you on the reasons that brought you to Asnuntuck. For some of you directly from high school, for others from the military or work world, and for still others after years away from formal educational pursuits. In this place and at this time, we look forward with you to a future brightened by new knowledge, heightened skills, and rich experiences you've gained from your studies, your classmates, and your teachers. Asnuntuck Community College is a shining star in Connecticut's firmament of colleges and universities. Your accomplishments are a superb testimony to Asnuntuck's mission as a learning center community rooted in opportunity, excellence, and relevance. As you receive degrees and certificates, the Board of Regents salutes you. As you commence the many new beginnings in your life that start today, the path ahead will have new choices, challenges, setbacks, and successes. We wish you a future poor in misfortune and rich in personal and professional fulfillment. Congratulations.
Thank you, Regent Cohen. I'm humbled by your remarks. And students, I'd be remiss if I didn't share with you that I myself stand before you as a first-generation college student from my family, my brother and I. And I also want you to know that my first degree was from a community college, and I sat in the same seat you're sitting right now. So don't ever stop lifelong learning. Next, I'd like to welcome Stu Rosenberg, Chair of the Asnuntuck Community College Foundation, who brings congratulations from the Foundation Board.
Good evening. Message said here, never give up, never stop learning, and never stop planning your future. Good evening to the class of 2017, platform, party, students, families, faculty, friends, guests, Regent Naomi Cohen, Colonel retired Frederick Miclon, and President Labella. It is my distinct pleasure and honor to speak before you today. The Asnuntuck Community College Foundation's mission is to partner with local businesses, students, alumnus, and the community, all for your benefit. The foundation was established in 1997, and since its inception has raised nearly $1.7 million. The dollars raised are used to support the various initiatives here at the college, such as advanced manufacturing, mini grants, scholarships, our academic skills center, digital and enhanced technologies, student service learning, trips to name a few. With the vision of President Labella, our outstanding faculty, deans, foundation board, President Ojakian, members of the Board of Regents, and Asnuntuck Community College is building on its rich traditions to become an innovative center of educational excellence for our region. Together, we are transforming Asnuntuck to lead the way by building the future tomorrows for our current and prospective students. Last year, we kicked off the building campaign with United Bank making a commitment of $100,000, and that was just the beginning. By either driving by or entering Asnuntuck, you have seen the transformation and substantial progress made to the campus. It is exciting times in Asnuntuck, and as you graduate today, your voice to our community about Asnuntuck is extremely important. Your voice will be heard forever. The challenges continue with regard to finances and budget across the state, which is a pivotal period for the college. The continued outstanding education will be sustained by those of us, you, who choose to establish a legacy by giving to the Asnuntuck Community College. Such an investment coincides with our campaign message of advancing careers and community together. In closing, graduation is a critical but exciting time for all of you, your family, and friends. Today's graduates are our future. You hold the card that takes our world to to a new beginning. Today's graduates are our future, and Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." So as you step out to meet the world with your new knowledge and skills, we urge you to set your direction with a positive attitude and a strong spirit. On behalf of the Foundation Board and the Asnuntuck family, we wish you all the best for a bright and successful future. And remember the campaign for Asnuntuck. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chairman Rosenberg. It is my pleasure to now introduce our 2017 graduate, Johanna Connors, who will deliver an address on behalf of the graduating class. It's a long walk, isn't it? Watch your step through here. Yes.
Good evening, graduates, administrators, professors, family, and friends. My name is Johanna Connors, and it is an honor to stand before you as a representative of the graduating class of 2017. I stand in silence, not due to stage fright, but due to admiration. I am admiring that we did not give up, despite the obstacles we may have faced during the past few years, and continue to work diligently until we succeeded. We are not the same individuals we were when we first attended our classes at Asnuntuck Community College. We have grown intellectually, as individuals, and as a community. Some of us, including myself, were shy, while others were most sociable during the first few weeks. As time has gone by, friendships have been built, and those who were shy became sociable. Many individuals came together to bring an awareness to certain concerns, issues on campus, the community, and government. At Asnuntuck, we were able to learn, but also feel as we are part of a family. I would say that the positive environment on campus will be one of the many things that we will miss most from Asnuntuck. During my 2 years at ACC, I built many wonderful relationships with fellow classmates, professors, advisors, and administrators that I will cherish forever. There were many difficult times and wonderful times. It was not easy balancing family, work, volunteering, studying, and unexpected life events. However, thanks to all the wonderful support from everyone on campus and at home, I overcame those challenges, and I'm here today graduating with my fellow classmates. I would like to thank everyone who assisted in any way during this journey, whether it was reviewing my writing assignments, taking the extra time to explain a problem or subject that I did not quite understand, or pushing me further to meet my full potential. In particular, I would like to thank my advisor, professor, and mentor, Professor Nicholas Lefakis. He encouraged me to continue my education at and after Asnuntuck when I was afraid I did not have the finances. And he said, "You have the grades and the drive to be successful. The financial aspect can be figured out." His words gave me the encouragement I needed to push myself further. Thank you, Professor Lefakis. It is relationships like these that can make all the difference. Going forward, I encourage you all to continue to build relationships, leave positive impressions on someone's life or the community. Continue to educate yourself, whether you're continuing your education by transferring to a university or going into the workforce. The world is filled with many examples from people who persevered in the face of failure. I would like to share a quote from a speech given from the actor Denzel Washington. Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiments. Most of us don't know that because the 1,001st was the light bulb. Every failed experiment is just one step closer to success. So my fellow graduates and administrators, professors, families, and friends, I encourage everyone to never, never give up on your goals and dreams, because with hard work and dedication, you will succeed. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Johanna. Now I'd like to welcome to the lectern John Shire, Professor of English, who will deliver greetings from the faculty.
It's tempting just to come up and say greetings and then sit back down, but I won't do that. I'd like to begin with a quote from a commencement ceremony just one short year ago. President Obama said to the graduating class of Rutgers University, "Ignorance is not a virtue." It's fashionable these days to say that formal education is not as real as things that happen in the real world, to imply that your experience at Asnuntuck is somehow less real compared with everything that happens outside of formal education. And I just don't think that's true. And what I'd like to do is put aside some fake things and talk about the virtue of some real things that students in tonight's graduating class have actually come to me and talked about in relation to their experience here at Asnuntuck. One student told me about a moment when his instructor kept going on and on about something called critical thinking. That's the skill of actively and objectively analyzing and evaluating the subject matter of your studies. Meanwhile, this student was just innocently trying to memorize a few facts and dates and concepts that he thought might be on the midterm exam. But suddenly, he saw how those dates and those facts and those concepts connected with some concepts and facts and dates from a class he had taken the previous year and that he thought he had forgotten. And those connections, those puzzle pieces fitting together, were like an explosion of fireworks in his mind. And that is critical thinking. That experience he had with critical thinking is not fake. That's absolutely real. Another student told me that last fall, she overheard some friends of hers arguing about the claims made by, let's just say, a famous politician. And she decided to look into the scholarly databases and fact-checking websites that some folks who work at Asnuntuck's library had guided her to. And when she did that and researched what this famous politician had been talking about, she realized that those claims were as fake as the plastic ferns in her dentist's office. And she felt for the first time like a fully engaged, active citizen. That kind of research that she did with credible sources and an open mind and not having preconceived notions that she just wanted to verify, that is very real. There's nothing fake about that at all. Critical thinking and basic research skills are fantastic on their own, but education is about becoming a fully rounded human being. So when some students in tonight's graduating class saw some of their fellow students missing meals while attending multiple classes and studying long hours and working on papers while they were here on campus, they combined that sense of empathy for those students with some research and some critical thinking, and they discovered that food insecurity is one of the biggest reasons that community college students often have trouble with their studies. And they got together and created the Asnuntuck Food Pantry to help feed hungry students during their days here on campus. And you know, I've been here almost a quarter of a century, and the food pantry that we have here is the most empathetic, most loving, most beautiful project I've ever seen our students do, and I'm just so thrilled about that. The thought and character and emotion that went into that is absolutely not fake. That's absolutely real. Human beings need food and water. We need air and sunshine. We need love and kindness and empathy. And we need critical thinking and basic research skills. If there's one thing that this planet needs now more than anything else, it's educated, engaged citizens who understand that we're all in this life together. We need people who can think and can research and can apply what they've learned to help each other and make this world a better place. Nothing about your work that you've done here at Asnuntuck is fake in any way. These experiences have been real, and they'll be real for the rest of your life. And the admiration that all of us up here have for you is definitely real. And I'd like to finish with a quote from a great philosopher. The most interesting man in the world says, "Stay thirsty, my friends." I'm not sure, but I think he's trying to sell us some beer. But on a deeper level, just like President Obama, I think he's telling us not to stay thirsty for things that are fake, not to stay thirsty for ignorance. Instead, stay thirsty, my friends, for what's real. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, Professor Shire. I'd like to invite Tim St. James, Dean of Students, to the lectern who will present the Broken Paddle Award.
Good evening, graduates, members of the Platform Party, and distinguished guests. It is my honor to be announcing this year's recipient of the Broken Paddle Award. The Broken Paddle has been part of Asnuntuck's history since our first commencement in 1974. The idea came from our founding president, Dan McLaughlin, and our first dean of students, Judy Schaefer. The story behind it comes from Hawaii, where two leaders of communities who had been at war with each other made peace by breaking a paddle, which could therefore never again be used as a weapon. The criteria for the Broken Paddle Award are as follows. The recipient should have at least a 3.0 grade point average, be self-motivated, have a balance between caring for oneself and caring for others, including the college community and the community at large, and have a balance between intellect and emotion, and possess leadership abilities. This year's recipient certainly embodies all of these qualities. In my position, I meet with a number of students on a regular basis, some who want to be meeting with me and some who don't. The recipient of this award has been in my office many times, but for that I consider myself fortunate. What this person doesn't realize is that for every conversation we've had, whether it be about how our history shapes who we are today, or the importance of family and friends, or the significance of being a lifelong learner, they have helped to make me a better person. You see, I'm going to let you all in on a little secret. You may think that everyone up on this stage has played a role in helping to shape who you've become. But what you may not realize, and you really need to know, is that we learn just as much from our interactions with you. I've learned that this recipient of this award this year does not see the differences in people, but rather the things that we have in common. Where others see doubt and negativity, They see potential and optimism. Where others take things for granted, this person appreciates and makes the most of opportunities to enrich their educational and overall life experiences. Without question, this individual has left their mark on the Asnuntuck Community College campus through involvement in student clubs and organizations, such as the Radio Club, the Pride Club, Student Government Association, and the Black Student Union. They've assisted their peers as a student worker in a very busy office on campus and still found time each week to read to a young boy at a local elementary school through the United Way Readers Program. Sure, this individual has a GPA that far exceeds the minimum required to qualify for this award, but it is their commitment to caring for oneself and others that sets them apart. The recipient of this award is a graduate of Asnuntuck Community College's Women's Leadership Institute, and as part of her service and action project, she will be working this summer with fellow students to establish a homework lab equipped with Wi-Fi in a housing complex in the Thompsonville section of Enfield. The recipient of this award truly serves as a role model for her peers, not just because she has proven that a college degree is something you can earn beyond the age of 24, or as she would put it, as a grown woman, but because she sincerely cares about making things better for everyone. And lastly, I challenge all of you to find someone with a better sense of humor or someone who can coordinate the color in an outfit from head to toe better than this individual. So ladies and gentlemen, it is for all these reasons and many more, it is my honor and privilege to announce Miss Veronica Esther Daniels as this year's recipient of the Broken Paddle Award.
Thank you, Dean St. James. Please welcome Carol LaLiberte, Associate Professor and Program Coordinator of Early Childhood Education and Human Services, who will present the Nelson Bordeaux Award.
Good evening, everyone. Nelson Bordeaux was a student at Asnuntuck in the early 1980s. 2 weeks before he would have graduated in 1982, his motorcycle was struck by a car, and Nelson was killed instantly. He had entered college as a troubled young man, but his years at Asnuntuck helped him turn his life around. Our counselor, Carol Ann Wood, who has since retired from the college, initiated this award to be presented annually in memory of Nelson and the promise of his future success. The criteria for the Nelson Bordeaux Award are outstanding personal growth in the face of obstacles or difficulties, sharing and caring about others, not necessarily in a public way. The quotation on the plaque reads, "In recognition of personal growth, which has resulted in the ability and wish to foster the same in others." Nelson Bordeaux clearly experienced a time in his life when he felt lost. Feeling lost is confusing, disorienting, and even frightening. The poet Robert Frost once described it as wandering in a pathless wood. Even though Nelson Bordeaux experienced these feelings, we know that he succeeded in turning the negative into the positive before his life tragically ended. The recipient of the award honoring Nelson this evening has done something similar in her own way. Our award winner faced unexpected job loss in a career that she had worked in for nearly 20 years. Devastating loss of her father to dementia. Loss of identity and purpose, caught in a pathless wood. If you've ever spent time in the depth of the woods, you know they are truly lovely. But if you've ever been lost in them, you realize everything, all of the signs that reassure you that you know the way, suddenly disappear. You feel your heart beat faster. You feel confused and directionless. I would imagine that there is not a single person in this hall that has not experienced the flutter of panic, however momentary, the realization that you don't know where you are or what might happen next. Finding your way out of this situation can seem like an impossible challenge. This past fall, I received a call from a teacher at the Summer's Early Start Preschool, an inclusive classroom filled with joyful, energetic young children, some with exceptionalities and some without. She told me she needed a helping hand in her class, a nurturing volunteer who might read, sing, and teach these special children. I wasn't sure any student would have the time, patience, or willingness to step into this role, but our award recipient seized the opportunity to help. She could have refused. After all, she was in the middle of her own self-sorting. But like Nelson Bordeaux, there wasn't much she could do about what life had thrown her way, except continue to take one step after the other and hope her stride carried her to more certain ground. Working with small children is no easy task. Their development is all over the place. They are evolving in unique and different ways. But when Pamela Tisdale arrived in their classroom, she took their hands. She signed to them if they needed that. She held them close if they didn't have words, so that they still felt her reassurance. She told them through her voice, her actions, and her attitudes that being lost was not something they had to fear. Instead, they just needed to hold tight and take the next step with her by their side. She wasn't paid to be there. She volunteered. It was time-consuming. It was challenging, and it was very messy. She didn't know what her next career move would be, but she couldn't say no. She remembered the joy she felt being a preschool teacher years before when her children, Nathan and Lily, were young. And now she discovered that she smiled every morning as she drove to the Summer's Early Start Preschool. She had found her way, her voice, and what would bring meaning to her life, helping the most vulnerable among us, preschool children struggling to find their way. To paraphrase Joseph Campbell, she was willing to let go of the life she had planned so as to have the life that was waiting for her. The circumstances that caused Pamela to feel lost didn't change, but she had stayed open to wherever her path led, and it led her right into the hearts of the children in the preschool class in Summers. In the process, she rekindled joy that had laid dormant in her heart and is confident now that continuing forth towards her goal of being a preschool teacher is the career that was waiting for her all along. In fact, just yesterday, she was hired to teach preschool in East Windsor. Nelson Bordeaux, for whom this award is named, and Pamela Tisdale, a Asnuntuck student and soon-to-be graduate, know the feeling of being lost, but they didn't stay that way for long. By following a new path, by helping others, they forged ahead and discovered a new way. They began again, and because of their efforts, they paved a path for others to follow as well. Pamela Tisdale, we are honored to present you with the Nelson Bordeaux Award for your high academic achievements, your humble willingness to help those in your community, and your ability to make everyone around you better. Congratulations.
Thank you, Professor LaLiberte. And now to present the Distinguished Service Award, Sherry Paquette, Director of Student Activities.
Good evening, everyone. The criteria for the Distinguished Service Award are: the award recipient should demonstrate academic success, service to the college community, and fellow students. Others know the award recipient as loyal, trustworthy, dedicated, and always willing to go beyond to support others and make Asnuntuck Community College a better place. The 2017 recipient for the Asnuntuck Distinguished Service Award has a long history of leadership, academic success, advocacy, and service. This is what makes up the character of Evan Leslie. Evan is a kind and loyal leader who has gone above and beyond to make Asnuntuck Community College a better place. Evan's first concern is how he can help others. He has a deep sense of caring for others within our college community. He has put his heart and soul into working for his fellow students and our college at large. As a student worker at the Asnuntuck Information Desk, he has shown great kindness to hundreds of students as he assisted with their needs. Evan is loyal, trustworthy, and dedicated to helping his fellow students and making our college a better place. Evan has also demonstrated great academic success. He takes his studies seriously. He is the president of the Asnuntuck Chapter of the Phi Theta Kappa National Honor Society. And if that wasn't enough, he is also the New England Regional President. His stellar academic success has been achieved while at one time working, like many of you, 3 to 5 part-time jobs. Evan has persevered through many personal hardships, yet you would not know this by meeting him. Evan has dedicated service and advocacy for his fellow students and our community. He is a leader at every major student function. Earlier this semester, students were talking to Evan about how they really wanted to form a Christian club on campus. Evan took the lead, and he connected to a nationwide organization. He and the other students formed the Asnuntuck Chapter of InterVarsity Christian Fellowship. Evan has had a significant role in the Asnuntuck Student Government Association as a student senator and also as vice president of the Campus Activities Board. He has attended many town hall meetings across the state to advocate for his peers, to the Board of Regents. He has done a wonderful job representing Asnuntuck. Leadership, academic success, advocacy, and service all frame the moral structure of this young man. Please help me to welcome to the stage the 2017 recipient for the Asnuntuck Distinguished Service Award, Mr. Evan Leslie.
Thank you, Sherry. Now, one thing I'd like to point out this evening, and I'm going to ask these students to stand. The students wearing blue and white cords at this ceremony are Student Senate members. Please stand up. Let's hear it for our Student Senate members. Students wearing gold sashes are members of Phi Theta Kappa National Honor Society. The students wearing gold cords are graduating with a 3.7 GPA or higher. And please stand, students who are wearing red, white, and blue cords. They are veterans of our armed forces. Thank you. I am pleased to introduce this year's commencement speaker. A native of Windsor Locks, Connecticut, Colonel Retired Frederick R. Miclon, Jr., now a resident of Enfield, is a 1987 and a 1991 graduate of Asnuntuck Community College. While a student at Asnuntuck, he was also inducted into the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. Colonel Miclon was the featured speaker for Asnuntuck's Phi Theta Kappa chapter banquet held earlier this year. A Bronze Star recipient, he retired this past March as Director of Staff, Joint Forces Headquarters for the Connecticut Air National Guard. His retirement culminated 41 years of service to the United States. His service began with his enlistment as a United States Marine in 1976. He joined the Connecticut Air National Guard in 1980. Colonel Miclon served in numerous command positions at the squadron and group levels and as Vice Commander for the 103rd Airlift Wing. He served 2 tours supporting Operations Southern Watch in Kuwait and was mobilized and deployed by Presidential Order for Operation Iraq Freedom. When he participated in the opening phase of the war as commander of the 387th Expeditionary Maintenance Squadron. He holds an Associate of Arts degree in Liberal Studies and an Associate of Science degree in Business from Asnuntuck Community College, a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Management from Charter Oak State College, and he is a graduate just like all of you from Asnuntuck. It gives me great pleasure to welcome to the lectern from the Asnuntuck Community College class of 1987, 30 years ago, and the class of 1991, and a United States veteran, our 2017 commencement speaker, Colonel Frederick R. Miclon, Jr.
I feel like I need a walker to get up here with all of that. 1976, it's so long ago. President Lumbella, Regent Cohen, Asnuntuck faculty and staff, distinguished guests, families, friends, and most important, Asnuntuck Community College graduating class of 2017. Good afternoon, and thank you for the humbling and warm introduction. Whenever I speak publicly, I like to first ask if there are any veterans or still serving members of our military in the audience, not just the graduates, but everybody. If you are able, please stand up and be recognized. Thank you. I thank each of you for your service to this great nation. I also would like to acknowledge the sacrifice made by families of those that serve. For without the support of family, we would not be able to focus on the serious business of defending this nation and our freedoms. And as we approach Memorial Day, I ask all of you to take a moment in the coming days to reflect on the sacrifices made by the men and women who gave their lives to preserve the freedoms and rights we enjoy as Americans. I want to thank the faculty and staff of Asnuntuck Community College for asking me to come and address the class of 2017. It's quite an honor for me to be here today, and it's actually a first. I heard that they asked Judge Judy, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and President Trump first, but they weren't available, so I guess you're stuck with me. I've had the opportunity to speak at many events during my career and at different occasions, but speaking at a commencement has eluded me until now. I guess you're going to find out how well I did in speech class while I was here at Asnuntuck. So, my graduation in Asnuntuck in 1987 wasn't quite as formal as this. About all I remember from 30 years ago is that it was held in the gymnasium at the college. I don't remember all the speeches or even who the commencement speaker was. Hopefully, my address today will be so impressive that you won't help but remember me in 20 or 30 years, but I know that's probably not likely. But the one thing I will always remember is the degree of effort I put in to get there. Like many of you, I was a non-traditional student, working a full-time job, plugging away at my degree several nights a week, balancing the workload with family and work commitments. It was always a challenge, and sometimes a struggle, ensuring there was enough time in the day for everything. You all had the benefit of this neat invention called the internet to help you along the way, and online courses and unlimited information at your fingertips. And you know if it's on the internet, it's true, so you can use whatever you see there. But 30 years ago, we weren't quite so fortunate. As a member of the Air National Guard, I also had to contend with frequent training deployments throughout my years at Asnuntuck. In the roughly 8 or so years that I was taking classes, I don't think there were more than probably 3 or 4 semesters where I didn't miss at least a week of class due to my National Guard duties. Fortunately, this school has always been very supportive of military service and veterans' needs. I know you all have similar stories to tell of how you got here today and the challenges and hurdles you navigated and overcame to achieve your goal. Whether this is your first degree or your third, it's no less significant and a testament to your dedication, desire, and sacrifice. I know there are a lot of families and friends out there today that are extremely proud of you and who have supported you in your journey. Without that support, I know this may have been an even more daunting task to accomplish. To the parents, spouses, children, and significant others of the graduates, I applaud you for your role in this accomplishment. I am sure you are rightfully proud of your graduate and deserve much credit for supporting and encouraging them along the way. Graduates, be proud of yourself for what you have achieved in life so far, regardless of your age or place in life. This is an awesome accomplishment. But I warn you, don't let this be where you get off the train. It has been said that you will never get very far in life by what you already know. You will advance in life by what you continue to learn. And that extends beyond formal education. While I encourage you all to continue your educational pursuits as long and as far as you can possibly take them, learning from life's lessons can sometimes be a more powerful and influential teacher than the classroom. And I hope to share with you some of these life lessons that I have learned outside the classroom. You know, when I was in the Marine Corps many, many years ago, I found military life to be very challenging. As a young Marine, we were on the low end of the food chain, so to speak. Basic training was incredibly stressful, physically and mentally challenging. There were many hours of tough duty, standing guard in some of the worst weather and working in extreme conditions for hours and days on end. When it seemed like it couldn't get any worse, it did. And we had a saying when things were at their worst and when we felt like we had nothing left to give. That was when our humor and sarcasm kind of kicked in and helped us cope a little bit. We would say that no matter how hard they made it, no matter how challenging it was or how little we had, that they could take away everything. They could take away everything from you, everything but your birthday and education. And if you think about it, there's some truth there. No matter how hard life gets, no matter what challenges lie ahead, no matter the ups or downs, there is no one that can take away the accomplishment and the gift of education. The worlds that become open to you as a result of lifetime learning is something that no one can take back. I remember one time when I was working on an aircraft carrier and my division officer in charge came up to me to see what the problem was. We were on board the USS Lexington out in the Caribbean doing carrier qualifications for our pilots. The aircraft was parked and chained down on the flight deck right next to the catapult where they were launching the aircraft every 3 to 4 minutes. And I will tell you, if you have never been 20 feet away from a fighter jet at full power on the bow of an aircraft carrier with about 20 knots of wind in your face, well, it really just doesn't get any better than that. The aircraft had developed a large hydraulic fluid leak on one of the landing gear and needed to be repaired before it could fly again. Knowing we were blocking the use of one of the 2 catapults on the ship, the captain came over to see what the issue was and to be sure we knew the urgency of the repair. observing the bright red hydraulic fluid running down the landing gear and all over the flight deck, and now all over my hands and arms as I started the repair, he asked me what the problem was. I looked at him, and my response quite simply was, we have a hydraulic leak. He looked at me as if I just told him that water was wet, and he said, Miclon, you have a keen grasp of the obvious. Well, my point here is that what may seem obvious to some may not be to all. Always be on the lookout for the obvious. It can sometimes be elusive. We learn from everything we see and do, not just what we study. However, what we study prepares us for the obvious and not so obvious things in life. And as we learn from our everyday experiences, obvious or not, we grow in knowledge. I'd like to share with you today some lessons in leadership that I have learned as a commander and an officer that have been the standard by which I strive to meet. I think they have served me well through the years and provided the basis from which to lead. The first one is character. So, who are you? I'm not talking about your nationality, your heritage, your religious preference, your class rank, type of degree, or profession. I'm talking about what it is you stand for as a person. What kind of character do you present to others? Is your moral compass pointing in the right direction? What course do you chart for yourself in life? Do you take the easy way out, go with the flow, or find it easier to be part of the herd no matter which direction it takes you? Or do you stand up for and on top of your own ideals and standards? Every day we have to make decisions. The decisions we make, the choices we opt for, all define who we are as a person and tells the world around us the quality of our character. Most of the time, decisions we make are simple and inconsequential no-brainers. Deciding what type of clothes we wear is not going to be a measure of our personal character or values. It's not a test of character. Judgment maybe, but not character. Character is tested when the stakes get high, or when things get tough, or perhaps when peer pressure is a factor. When you know the decisions you make, the path you take, or the choices you pick may not be popular, easy, or simple, yet you do the right thing, that is when your true character is defined. In the end, we are all judged by our individual character and virtues. However, the associations we make, the peers we choose, the mentors we seek out, and the organizations and groups with which we belong to all help define to the world our character. General Charles Krulak, a former commandant of the Marine Corps, said about character, "Success in life and in combat has always demanded a depth of character. Those who can reach deep within themselves and draw upon an inner strength, fortified by strong values, always carry the day against those of lesser character. Moral cowards never win in war. Moral cowards never win in life. They might believe that they are winning a few battles here and there, but their victories are never sweet. They never stand the test of time, and they never serve to inspire others. Those who have the courage to face up to ethical challenges in their daily lives will find that same courage can be drawn upon in times of great stress, in times of great controversy, in times of the never-ending battle between good and evil." Graduates, you have demonstrated your capability for understanding the value of good character and judgment through your accomplishments here at Asnuntuck. That is part of the education we gain, and it's not found in any textbook. You will be respected for that, so embody the highest level of character in all that you do, so that when the chips are down, you will stand tall and strong on your own fundamental guiding principles. In life, integrity is everything. One of the Air Force core values is integrity first. Not only something for the Air Force to idealize, embodying integrity is a fundamental way we should live our lives. If you don't have integrity in your personal life, your ability to be respected and trusted is compromised. Be absolutely honest and truthful at all times. Stand up for what you believe to be right. Some say integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is looking. Our personal integrity also includes accepting the consequences of our actions. Credibility is critical. A mentor of mine hammered this in years ago. What is it? The quality or power of inspiring belief. If you establish this, people will come to respect you. How do you establish credibility? Very simple. Honesty, following through with what you promised. Don't break faith with those you serve or those that serve you. Stand up for your beliefs and convictions and do not waffle or waver. Perseverance. Winners never quit, quitters never win. I used to tell my kids this all the time when they were younger. I didn't expect them to win at everything, and we should not be so short-sighted that we believe we will always come out on the winning end of things. Unless, of course, if we're playing for the UConn women's basketball team, and that's a different story. But we must have the stamina, the passion, and the effort to keep on plugging, no matter what the odds or challenges. Life won't always hand you what you think you deserve. Never give up. If there is something worth going after, fight for it and give it your all. If we don't strive for success, we will never achieve it fully. And don't ever be afraid to fail. Often we learn more from our failures than our successes. How many great inventors tried yet failed before finally achieving their goal or making a great discovery? You have each demonstrated a level of perseverance by sticking it out through all the challenges and obstacles that have gotten in your way as you made your journey to where you are today. It's not over. Life requires us to be durable and lean forward, otherwise we are doomed to fail. Establish relationships. Someone once said, it's not life that's important, but those you meet along the way that make the difference. So get to know people. Everyone has a story, and most of us like to tell it. Take the time to learn about family, hobbies, children, educational pursuits, and professional goals and achievement of those that you share this world with. In addition to knowing that you have a sincere interest in them, it will help you in framing information during your decision-making process. If you know the capabilities of your people, their background, and how the things that you decide might impact them, you will be better equipped to serve them while ensuring the mission and goals of the organization are accomplished. By establishing solid relationships with people, you give and earn respect, an essential element to the tenets of leadership. I'm reminded of a story from the Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs, Colorado, back in the early 1970s. There was a janitor working there, an older gentleman known to the cadets as Mr. Crawford, who worked hard day in and day out maintaining one of the dormitories where the cadets lived. He was a rather quiet man who went about his work diligently, almost invisible to the 100 or more cadets living in his dorm. One day, a cadet researching a term paper came across a story of a critical battle in the liberation of liberation of Italy during World War II, It told of a young soldier, a private William Crawford from Colorado, who was assigned to the 36th Infantry Division, which on September 13, 1943, had been involved in some intense fighting on Hill 424 near Ottavaglia, Italy. It went on to detail the conspicuous gallantry and courageous actions at risk of life above and beyond the call of duty of this young private, which later earned him the Medal of Honor, our nation's highest military award. Be cautious of labels. Labels you place on people may define your relationship to them and bound their potential. For years, cadets had taken this old man for granted and assumed he was just a hard-working janitor. Now they realized they were among one of our nation's heroes. Never make assumptions about someone based on your own personal biases or stereotypes. Get to know them by asking and learning what you can about them. You'll both be better for it in the long run. Demonstrate sound judgment. Don't pursue glory, pursue excellence. When faced with a difficult situation, making policy that may affect personnel in your organization, or rendering a decision on a contentious issue, think about things clearly, calmly, and in an orderly fashion. Avoid making rash judgment and approach problems with a common sense attitude, weighing all facts and evidence. I sometimes tried to bounce things off a trusted colleague once I had formulated a course of action. Try to set aside any personal opinions or biases that may inhibit partial judgment. Be decisive. Ensure that you are able to make good decisions without delay. To arrive at a sound decision, you need to get as many of the facts as possible and weigh them against each other. Do this calmly and quickly, but not rushed, in a systematic manner. Be sure to make your decisions known and be clear and firm, and use a professional manner. Practice being positive in your actions instead of acting half-heartedly or changing your mind on an issue. It's often been said that a bad decision is better than no decision. And I believe this to be true, and I have experienced the uncertainty of not knowing what it is leadership wants done. Understand that your decisions may not be popular with everyone, and you may not make everyone happy, unless, of course, you're letting them out early on a Friday afternoon. But don't let that influence your decision-making process. Do what is right. Maintain professional bearing. The way you conduct and carry yourself is important. Your manner should reflect professionalism, competence, confidence, and control. Hold yourself to the highest standards of personal conduct and never be content with meeting only the minimum requirements. Outward displays of immaturity, anger, or just plain losing it, can impact people's perception of you as a person in control and in charge of your own emotions and behavior. If you can't control yourself, how are you going to lead others? In today's electronic age, perceptions can be altered by old or bad information. Inappropriate posts to Facebook, Twitter, or other social media sites made during your high school or college years can come back to haunt you and affect the way others perceive you. Don't write or post anything in electrons that you wouldn't want your mother or your grandmother to see or read. And last, loyalty, a foundation for trust. Be loyal to your seniors, peers, and subordinates. You owe unwavering loyalty up and down the chain of command. Don't make a practice of bad-mouthing your organization, and never talk about your superiors unfavorably in front of your peers or subordinates. Once a decision is made and the order is given to execute it, carry out that order willingly as if it were your own. I always had the utmost respect for the senior NCOs in my organizations that could discuss with me their feelings or opinions on how I was leading the organization or a decision I had made, and I took their advice and counsel to heart. There were times when I did not fully agree with their position, and I was confident that they would accept it and direct their organizations accordingly. Don't be afraid to bring your concerns to the boss. Do it respectfully and professionally without challenging his or her authority. Be ready to carry out and pass down their final decisions and direct your subordinates accordingly. You have achieved great things, as evidenced by the accomplishments that got you here today. You have every right to be proud of what you have done. It was no easy task. I remember that feeling. Seize it. Don't let it fade. Use your momentum to continue to advance in our world. Great things await those who are prepared for the challenge. Whether you're 20, 40, or 60, you now have a new tool in your toolbox. Use it like a craftsman and create a lasting legacy of yourself that will leave this world a better place. Promote the virtues of education. It's the foundation and key to a bright future, both individually and to the benefit of the world around us. I will end with a quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson, who said, "Who you are speaks so loudly, I cannot hear what you are saying." Graduates, right now at this moment in time, I can't hear a thing you are saying because of who you are, and I will leave you with this. It never sounded so good. Congratulations, class of 2017.
Thank you, Colonel Miclon.
Graduates, please rise. Mr. President, we have the honor to present the following candidates and to certify on behalf of the faculty that they have successfully completed the requirements for the degree of Associate in Arts or Associate in Science and certificates or licensures.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the State of Connecticut and the Board of Regents for Connecticut State Colleges and Universities, I accept these candidates and confer upon them the degree of Associate in Arts or Associate in Science and certificate or licensure credentials.
Candidates for the degree of liberal arts will be congratulated by faculty member Teresa Foley. Ashley L. Albert. Sama M. Ali. Avery X. Bell. Also receiving Business Administration Certificate and a Business Certificate. Aaron Blaze. Sydney Tyler Daddario, highest honors. The President's Medallion for Academic Excellence. This medallion is awarded to students who have achieved a perfect 4.0 in a degree program. Nevin M. Dasuki, highest honors. Melissa Catherine Dinalo, honors. Ava Marie Gonsalves. Laura Bell Irwin, honors. Kimberly Frances Lamontagne. Evan Walker Leslie, high honors. Also receiving General Studies and Health Career Pathways Certificate. Thomas Joseph Levinskis, high honors. Michelle Lee Messick. Rachel Lorraine Murray. Jacob Matthew Nitch, high honors. Kimberly Ann Riley. Anthony Raymond Sarah, honors. Tahira Akila Smith. Excuse me. Andrea Christina Troya. The liberal arts, fine arts option candidates will be congratulated by faculty member Michael Demers. Miranda Lee Stevens. Chase Davis Yergaitis, honors. The Associate in Science accounting candidates will be congratulated by faculty member Heidi Fitzgerald. We have a few accounting faculty. Okay. Patrick J. Rule. Christine Lee Schustock. Also receiving Accounting Assistant Certificate and Business Administration Certificate. Business Administration. Christine Elizabeth Byers, high honors. Also receiving Accounting Assistant Certificate, Business Administration Certificate, and Marketing Certificate. Michael Patrick Carney, high honors. Johanna R. Connors. Also receiving Accounting Assistant Certificate and Business Administration Certificate. Tabitha Lynn Craighill. Also receiving Accounting Assistant Certificate and Business Administration Certificate. Joseph A. Gayette. Also receiving Business Administration Certificate. Alec Vincent Korpuzinski, high honors. Also receiving Business Administration Certificate. Christopher Michael Narcon, honors. Also receiving Business Administration Certificate. Delaney Deborah Oliver, high honors. Also receiving Accounting Assistant Certificate and Business Administration Certificate. Danietta Rajepi, highest honors, President's Medallion for Academic Excellence. Logan Daniel Rauzansky, also receiving Business Administration Certificate. Andrew F. Rudnick, also receiving Business Administration Certificate. Richard John Toney, high honors. Also receiving Accounting Assistant Certificate and Business Administration Certificate. Austin J. Withy, also receiving Business Administration Certificate. Did I say that right? The Communications Broadcasting Option candidates will be congratulated by faculty member Professor Teresa Foley. Isabella Magdalena Karch, highest honors. President's Medallion for Academic Excellence. Criminal Justice candidates will be congratulated by faculty member Professor Don Boyd. Autumn Angelina Allen. Jacqueline Marie Arana. Veronica Esther Daniels. Honors. Joshua David Gaither. Ruben Garcia, high honors. Jolene Marie Kamisic. Michael Robert Knapp, honors. The early childhood education candidates will be congratulated by Professor Carol LaLiberte. Caitlin N. Conley. Caroline Rose Friedman, also receiving Early Childhood Education Certificate. Stephanie Ann Hutchings, high honors, also receiving Early Childhood Education Certificate. Shannon Patricia Lynch, highest honors, President's Medallion for Academic Excellence, also receiving Early Childhood Education Certificate. Angelina Lynn Norris, also receiving Early Childhood Education Certificate. Rachel Ann Renadep, also receiving Early Childhood Education Certificate. Charity Marie Robinson. Pamela S. Tisdale, highest honors, also receiving Early Childhood Education Certificate. General Studies. Candidates for General Studies will be congratulated by faculty Professor Michelle Coach. James Joseph Carmody, honors. Nancy Dearborn. Austin James Gilbert. Barbara Jeanette Cana. Michael Allen Kenzer. Asma Soa Khan, honors. Also receiving Health Career Pathways Certificate. Seema Khan, also receiving Health Career Pathways Certificate. Allison Elizabeth McNeil, honors. Stephanie M. Martinez, honors. Sean Patrick Maynard, highest honors. Stephen Allen McCormick. Tiara Michelle Rankin. Melissa Sue Scalora, honors. Andrew Carl Sylvester. J. Crawford Wood. Human Services. The Human Services candidates will be congratulated by Professor Carol LaLiberty. Sarah Catherine Boykin, honors. Jonathan Michael Busolari, highest honors. Marlene Cintron, high honors. Also receiving Gerontology Certificate and Human Services Management Certificate. Sharon Denise Montz, also receiving Human Services Management Certificate. Tyra Shalise Neal, highest honors. Morgan Stephanie Stevens, high honors. Also receiving Gerontology Certificate. Rachel M. Turner. David A. Wesniak, honors. Raquel Marie White, highest honors. Information Systems Technology. Candidates will be congratulated by Professor Cheryl Turgeon. Lee Annette Cass, highest honors. Also receiving Office User Specialist Certificate. Ryan T. Lindsay. Christopher Adam Zagorski, honors. Business Administration will be congratulated by Professor Heidi Fitzgerald. Ahmed M. Aid. Jeffrey Angelo D'Alessio, also receiving Marketing Certificate. Gerontology Certificate. Candidates will be congratulated by Professor Carol LaLiberty. Lauren Marie Antonello, also receiving Human Services Management Certificate. Healthcare Pathways Certificate. Be congratulated by Professor Michelle Koch. Dorothea D. Dallas. Human Services Management Certificate. Again by Carol LaLiberty. Nancy Malinowski. Yep. Registered Medical Assistant. Candidates will be congratulated by Coordinator Michelle Howard Swan. Thank you. Tiara Lee Daniel Krickenberger. Gianni Martinez. Thank you. Emily M. Sheridan. I'd like to now invite Mary Bidwell, Department Chair, to the podium to read the names of students receiving degrees and certificates in the manufacturing program. Yeah.
Technology Studies, Machine Technology Option, Shane Joseph Norton. Paul Allen Valek, Senior, Technology Studies, Machine to Tech Option, Associate's Degree, and Advanced Manufacturing Machine Tech Certificate, High Honors. Jonathan David Smith. That's not right, okay. Oh, Technology Studies, Manufacturing Welding Technology Option. Sorry, okay. Certificates. Advanced Manufacturing Machine Technology. Philip E. Anderson. Jeffrey J. Brenneman. Congrats. Austin E. Charles Jr. Manuel Joseph Estevez. Daniel Leo Fogarty. Donovan Little Gomez. Peter Joseph Gould. Kai Joseph Jenkins. Daniel Richard Leonard. Casey David Merson. I got it, hold on. Yeah. Where are you? Justin Ofserick. There you go. Xavier Pagan. Cornelius Neil Richardson, Jr. Congrats. Justin M.P. Rodney. Andrew David Sakowski. Matthew Robert Street. Crystal Marie Vargas. Manufacturing Electronics Fundamentals and Manufacturing Electronics Systems and Controllers, Alyssa Marie Bartlett. Nicholas Dean Fortin. Jeffrey A. Spack. Manufacturing Welding Technology Fundamentals and Advanced Manufacturing Welding Technology. Orville A. Castillo. Yeah. Sabrina Ray Slazowitz. I'm sorry. Dylan C. Fassel. Johnny Halligan. Amanda Harris. Aiden Bryce Majane. I got it. Alexandria Marie Reed. I know. Andrew Saez. Lemuel Salgado with honors. Oh, he wrote. AJ Stewart. Timothy Curtis Sussman. David Ricardo Troya. Troy Allen Whitfeld. I now invite Eileen Peltier, Dean of Workforce Development and Continuing Education, to come to the podium to read the names of the students.
Allied Health Coordinator Michelle Howard-Swan will congratulate our graduates. Thank you. Certified Pharmacy Technician, Dorothy R. Cakeley. Christopher J. Doby. Christopher J. Doobie. Certified Phlebotomy and EKG Technician, Aruna Anand. Dawn Charisse Atkins. Shauna Toy Atkins. Wesley Germain. Ayana R. Hicks. Deja K. Jewell. Nancy E. Marco. Michelle Mascaro. Sierra Janae McKinney. Savish Merced. Levitica Anita Rivers. Stephanie Rosario. Bonnie Ann Tebow. Sheila Tutu. Certified Professional Coder Certificate, Evie Lizette Reyes. Congratulations. Tanya Marie Richards. Suzanne Michelle Shapani. Terry Willingham. Certified Sterilization Technician Certificate, Bonnie J. Flynn. Ronald G. Grenier. Diane Lynette Mulvey. Samuel Rivera. Dental Assistant, Kayla Ann Cowley. Melissa Yvette Rodriguez. Kelsey Louise Romina Tavino. Esthetician, Basic Skin Aesthetics, Jennifer Marie Boys. Janelle C. Cruz Santos, also receiving Advanced Aesthetics. Gina M. Grimaldi. Massage Therapy, Robin Denise Anderson. Caitlin Marie Vincent. Ophthalmic Assistant, Wenda Ann Dumont. Registered Medical Assistant, Cheryl Ann Clark. Lynn Marie Decoto, also receiving Certified Phlebotomy and EKG Technician. Leanna T. Flavius. Registered Medical Assistant, Tatiana Alexis Butler. Stacey Ann Marlene Haylett. Congratulations. Monica Carraz. Veterinary Assistant, Abigail Cabrera. Elaine Duclos. Cynthia Ann Goudreau. Janet N. Horan. Amber Christie Naidu. Yvette G. Sanchez. Congratulations, graduates.
Will the class of 2017 please rise? It is a tradition for the graduates to switch their tassels from the right side of their cap to the left side. Now I ask that you switch your tassels and welcome you as college graduates, and our newest alumni. Congratulations, class of 2017. Nice job, class of 2017. We ask that all guests remain in their seats until all graduates have exited the hall. Thank you for your cooperation as faculty and staff will return to the mahogany room upstairs to wish congratulations to our graduates. Families and friends, graduates will meet you on the front steps or right out in front of the foyer as soon as they get their certificate. Thank you again, and let's hear it for our graduates.